All right. Hello, everybody. We're back with Tenements of the Great Rift. And as per Twitter, a lot of shit happened last time. So I'm gonna go through a quick version of that. And of course, as always, guys, help me out with filling anything in or letting us know if I misrepresent anything. We had a big bad fight. Actually, a couple. there was this turtle dragon involved. And then the main guy of the temple, Gar Shatterkeel, among several minions. That was a tough fight. That was cool.
It was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff happened with that. You ended up picking up the Gar's trident named Drown. Cal currently has that. Is that correct?
I think so.
Yes, he's not
Okay.
attuned to it, but he does have it.
Correct. And please, when I'm done recapping, don't let me forget there actually is more that I need to tell you from that. The info was separated weird, so you do know more than you currently know about its properties. Then, after a little bit of like, what the fuck's going on with these Wraith guys in the background, Cal ended up basically triggering a little conversation with them. The clerics of the group know that this is way weird, not just because they didn't blindly attack you guys, but because they actually conversed with you. That don't happen. And a kind of big reveal in that conversation is that one of them referred to the other as Elminster. And that's a big name that we know from other places for other reasons. So we'll probably talk about that some more today. In another difference of that encounter with these wraiths, the altar in the back of the room did not just fade away this time. It split in half and it remains in the back of that room. But you guys did decide to move on to other areas of this temple. I need to fix this map while I'm talking. Including talking to a couple of priests and other cultists. Cal coerced out of them at least a little bit about their roles with the cult and what they're doing. I know it was still a little generic and vague, but at least it was more than what you currently had. Including some maintenance and rituals in what they called the temple below. And then one more encounter with a particularly dangerous beetle man. I forget what the name of it was. Now I gotta look. But essentially a guardian of the stairway that you are currently in. We are now coming in at basically the very end of that fight. So anything else from you guys that you'd like to add as far as that description goes? It was a lot.
When you were talking about the beetle man, was that the Mezoloth?
Yes, Mezoloth, that was it.
Okay.
Thank you.
It had a really dumb stink cloud that hurt a bunch.
It was, this area. We really need to spread out more, team.
Yeah.
In your defense, you're in like a 50-foot square room and a hallway.
Yeah, I was going to say, and we had one door to get in by.
Right.
But then, 2 episodes before we have the dragon fight and like we all get knocked to basically nothing. And then we're like, oh shit.
Yep.
do some tactical spacing out, I think, is in our future.
Yep.
Some room for activities, if you will.
Yeah.
Of which there was not much. So as I'm getting the sound effects going back here, get the ambiance back into it. The sounds of battle fade. You guys have your time now to figure out what you would like to do at this point. Nothing else is hostile toward you at the moment, so at least for now you're safe in this room.
Is everyone okay? Because ow.
Yeah, yes, accurate.
Yeah, I'm a little out too. Didn't we just sleep? Can we sleep?
It hasn't been very long into the day.
It's only been like 15 minutes.
Still might need some sort of a breather.
I believe we slept and then fought Gar.
Yeah,
correct?
you
so
literally took a long rest right before going into that room, and it's basically been boom, boom, boom since.
Tight.
Didn't we sleep on that little bridge as well?
Yeah.
After?
Yeah. No, we've been sleeping a lot. but also we hurt. Let's see. Yeah, I got nothing, y'all.
Taryn is also
okay.
like on death's door.
Yeah.
Oh,
We could just, you know, Iz says this, so she like goes into the corner, slams her back against the wall, and then just slides down. Like, we could just like chill out for a minute, right? We could just take a breather because this sucks a whole bunch.
Just a little
It's a short
cat
breather
nap.
or a big breather? Because I can do a short breather.
I can do with a short.
Just-
Okay.
So yeah, I think we're gonna take a short rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can stand guard while everyone is taking a break. I'm surprisingly doing okay.
Okay. Even if you're standing guard, that is not a strenuous enough activity that you can't get the benefits of the short rest. So
Tight.
you would still get it.
Don't mind me just rolling hit dice because I fucking need it.
Also, I'm going to use a Song of Rest, which I believe gives everybody an additional
Additional hit die?
D8. Yeah,
Oh,
not
bless
a
your
full
heart.
hit die, but yeah. I mean, most of us already have D8s, so I think you get a D8.
Ooh.
You want to roll?
Let's do
Hell
a short
yeah.
rest for Taryn. He's,
Sweet God.
He's got
Short
plenty
rest.
of hit dice to go.
I will do. Guys.
Three. Nice.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Do we? No, never mind. That's something else. Never mind.
I know what you're gonna ask.
Oh wait, I tried to roll my hit, and it just didn't.
that's
Are
weird.
you doing it in D&D Beyond?
Yeah.
So when you click on the squares, it'll show the how many D8s it's gonna roll, and then you have to actually click on that to get it to roll.
Yeah, there's a little thing that says roll hit dice.
Yeah,
next to
it's
it.
I'm clicking that and it's not doing anything.
Oh.
So
Are you seeing the rectangle pop up below the squares as you check them off?
oh
That's what you have to click.
okay.
Yeah, there's like 3 different buttons. It's a little funky.
Well, I did that wrong. So I'm supposed to be rolling 48 plus 8. So here we go.
Do it, and then you get an additional D8 because I told you so.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, so much noise. So that was a 31.
Nice.
Dang.
31. Wait, plus 8.
Mhm.
I'm bad at math.
That's 39.
39. Thank you.
Numbers
All
are
right.
hard.
Good at
It is
math.
Sunday.
It is.
Just check the
Okay.
math brain.
Oh
at the door.
hey, I'm back at full.
Back
Great.
and forth. Good job.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Taryn is also in much better shape now.
Great.
Better for you.
Thank goodness.
Mm-hmm. He's probably lamenting how much it sucked
Ooh.
to get constantly knocked out in that stink cloud.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I get my Bardics back too, so we're back to
Ooh,
4 inspirations, team.
Nice.
this is good.
It's very good.
All right. So,
I
folks,
got my spell slots back. Woo.
are we going downstairs or did we check this door over here?
I don't know that we did.
We haven't checked anything out yet.
Who wants to listen in on the door? Who's got the best perception?
Probably me.
I'm realizing
Yeah.
I really should have asked you guys what you think your plan is moving forward, because this,
I mean,
no matter what you do, it's going to be very challenging for me to keep track of. So
Yeah.
bear with me as I have to like orient all the time.
you're good.
It's okay.
So you're
Plus,
talking
I'm
about-
excited now for the future day when someone else pilots World, because I would love to watch that stream and see what you do with her.
I touched the butt. That'd probably be the gist of it. I'm kidding.
I mean,
All right.
I mean, of the button touchers, Gert is the button toucher.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is very true.
Yeah. Hey.
I feel
No.
like World just does get fucked a lot.
No.
Yeah, you're like the verbal chaos monkey. Gert's the button pusher.
This is why we're friends. All right, let's look through that door.
Can we all just chill out? Sorry. I've got,
Wow.
I've got
No
animals.
whining over there. You're good.
Animals are going nuts.
Yeah. Okay. So, Gert's gonna listen, and she's got a 12 passive perception.
If you're
So.
intentionally listening, it's going to be a check.
Oh, perfect. Great.
So,
So what's it gonna be for me?
are you listening for anything in particular, or are you just kind of?
I'm just trying to figure out if there's somebody in there, maybe what they're talking about.
Okay. Perception check, please.
All right.
Hi.
I can help you with that if you want.
Oh, I think something's going on. I think I might need to reload my page real quick. Sorry about that, guys.
We good.
No worries.
Yeah, I think
Technology.
everything was still up from the last time, so it might need a refresh.
I just need to refresh roll 20.
That would make sense.
I don't
Watch you
use
do
my
that, and then
computer.
all your rolls just come on in. They're like,
Right?
dice.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
I've clicked like 15 different things since I started today, so
You're good.
All right, come on, buddy. You can do it. I believe in you. All right, let's try this one more time.
Big money, no whammies.
Oh, it's still loading. What's going on, bud? Oh, bastard. So what my cat keeps doing is I've got my hand on my mouse, and she is pushing her head into my hand
Oh.
so that it's clicking things.
Oh, so we're gonna get cat rolls too. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what I'm
Oh,
saying
it's
is, what I'm
different.
hearing is she wants to play.
Yeah, basically. Okay,
Yeah.
here we go.
Roll her up a tabaxi. We're good to go.
There you go.
Woo! And that's a 20, buddy.
Nice.
Pew, pew, pew.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
With the utmost confidence, you can tell there is nothing beyond this door.
Perfect. Hey, great.
Well, or no one, I should say. Nothing would be incorrect. No one is beyond this door. You can't hear anything other than the rushing water.
Cool. Then Gert's gonna go through the door.
Yeah, that checks out.
Touch.
Boop. Let's see what's happening. Oh, it's real dark in here.
Yep. So you've got basically just another small hallway, steps going downward to get to just above the water level, but you'll recognize this area overall. To the southeast, you can see from the other side of the area that you had the fight with the dragon turtle.
Right.
And then you would know that this area, piecing that together, the area from the north is that sort of outflow that came from the main room.
Okay. Cool. All right, well, we can't really get anywhere over here, so maybe let's go down the stairs? See how far we can get that way? Unless you guys wanted to go back out, but I don't remember seeing anything back.
I'm desperately interested in what is below.
I am as well.
Whether that's a
Yeah.
morbid curiosity or just curiosity. I can't quite tell. I'm still parsing that out.
All right, well then, let's head downstairs, y'all.
Okay. I need a second to... Oh, I gotta get rid of...
You're good. We'll talk about our feelings.
Yeah, talk about your feelings and, generally, what's your plan at this point? Or maybe that's a bad way to put it. Are you looking for anything specific at this point, or just trying to generally discover?
I mean,
What's your general mindset?
I think part of me is 100% convinced that these will eventually lead to all of the other cults in some way, and I would love to figure out if... Seriously, stop it. I would love to figure out if we can get paths to other places, basically.
Okay.
And yeah, mostly on that same page of we're all under the impression that they connect. So like, cool, let's connect them. Let's go to the next cult. Let's go to the next cult. Let's find all the people we're looking for. All of the like missing people we're looking for, as opposed to like bad guys. I mean, we're gonna find bad guys. That's our MO.
I mean, I would also love to figure out if, because I'm pretty sure there was an allusion made to this, but I don't think we met everyone that we should have met at the fire cult. And I think we've got some more people's butts to kick out over there. And if they were hiding in places that we couldn't get to, maybe we can get to them this way.
Okay.
Yeah. Plus,
So your main thing here is obviously there are 4 elemental cults. There were, as far as like geography goes, there were 4 what we called haunted keeps. And you've now gone into one deeper temple. So now what you're looking for is basically you're hoping to find a connection between all 4 cult, like geographical connection is what you're looking for? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
because a geographical connection, one will like continue to infer a greater connection, but it'll also prove all of that right, and it gives us another way to get to things possibly quicker.
Gotcha. Okay. I honestly don't know what Taryn's MO would be here as far as like contributing to that conversation.
I mean, my guess would be
he's still
similar
trying to
that.
find
Yes.
his friend,
Starts with an A.
lady. So I honestly think that's, I mean, at least from the impression that he's given me throughout, I feel like that's his main goal at this point. Honestly, our main mission is secondary.
Okay. That makes sense. Limura. That's
Yes.
That's
Limura All Dark. That the A was her last name.
Yes.
I was gonna get there. I need to just go through and highlight all the names. That would
Good idea.
make my notes better.
Or glossary at the front of your notebook. Nice.
Nice.
Iz and Cal, are we pretty much on the same page with that description, or is there anything additional you'd like to toss into the mix?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on board. I mean, we got that message the response to the message that we sent to my bro, who basically confirmed that he's like a prisoner. He's a slave.
Right,
to
right,
like
right.
some mud alchemists or whatever the hell.
Right.
So that's at the forefront of this brain. But
One mud
also like
alchemist.
a single mud alchemist. Okay,
Yes.
great.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, so concerned about that, but also realizing we might not be in the correct location for that.
And Whirl would second to that, but about her possible father. Because I would assume he would be here because this is the water area. But spoiler alert, the water guy is not at the water area. Because that makes so much sense.
Wait,
And so now we're looking for another guy.
who's
Another
not-
area.
Who are you
That I got the brain messages that my dad was supposed to be here and then is not here, and that Gar said, "Oh yeah, he's at the air cult," and I was like, "Figures."
Yeah.
So that's like in the back of her mind, like I'm sure he's fine. We should probably deal with the stuff first, and then when we get there, I can be like, "Oh hi, I think I might know you."
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Taryn might chime in at that point and say, well, that could be more support for hopefully finding a sort of geographical connection between all the places instead of having to travel miles at a time, and therefore like several days in order to cover all that territory. Okay. So I gotta flip you guys to a new map and give you some description of what you see. But on your way down these steps, and it's gonna take you about 15-20 minutes before you can even see a sort of bioluminescent glow coming from the bottom of the stairs. So it takes quite a while. And as you go, these sort of whispers that you guys have all had intensify. Not to a point of becoming like make constitution saves, anything like that, causing legitimate like bodily stress. But I should ask, how does that make you guys feel? All of it is it's like they get louder. They don't change really in any way, but you kind of get these repeating feelings, whispers in the back of your mind, and it's like they're getting louder.
I feel like Gert's just starting to get annoyed.
Okay.
And like, this is gonna sound really strange, but she starts humming to try to drown him out or distract them or distract herself from them. Yeah.
Okay.
I think one is probably getting more determined if she's hearing this more and more, but then also figuring out that like she's feeling this and probably watching reactions of everyone else, and specifically Gert, who broke down the last time we had these, and noticing that Gert is humming. I'm going to start harmonizing with her own.
Okay.
That's so cute.
Like, we're in this together. I got you, boo.
Taryn would be starting to get a little bit visibly uncomfortable and a little quiet. He's normally kind of like in the conversation, kind of on average with everybody as things are happening, but he starts to quiet down a little bit, and you can tell he's like in his own head. Again, nothing along the lines of like something's controlling him or anything like that, but he's just got this really uncomfortable demeanor.
I would say that is kind of teeter-tottering between more uncomfortable by hearing these sounds get louder, and then kind of the same thing as Whirl of like, maybe this is confirmation that we're going the right way kind of thing. Like having a hard time balancing which is the dominant feeling.
Okay. Nice. Okay. So now I'll move you. We're looking at the lower right-hand corner
Thank you.
of the screen. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, mostly by way of the bioluminescent source of light, you can tell that the area that you're going to is distinctly different from the overall temple that you just came from. And here, that was not. Here we go. All right. To your east, you've got a source of water here. A waterfall gushes out of the wall, and it fills a swirling pool and then courses through a passage to the north. So this spot, like the white foamy aspect of the water, that is water coming down, waterfall coming down from above you. In addition to the stream's passage, the stream itself, there are stone stairs leading up into a passage. Oh, that's the one you just came down. Okay. So you do also see that there are a couple breakoffs to your southwest, as well as a pathway that follows this stream to the north.
All right. Well, I'm gonna move down here just to. Whoa, gosh. Oh no. Oh no. I'm
you lose the
lost
map?
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes, Justin,
The
put
same
me
thing
back.
happened again.
I'm lost.
Whoa!
I
You are in the
I
walls.
have no idea what happened. I'm gonna close my eyes. Put me back.
It's
This
all
is
good.
amazing.
You literally can't see anything that would spoil anything.
Say it.
All right, you're good.
How did that happen? What's
Don't
going
know.
on
That
with my
was
life?
hilarious.
Just blame the cat.
Yeah,
I
it was a
do.
cat.
I
You gotta
blame. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. What? Okay. Okay. I don't know what's going on with my life right now. It did it again.
What the?
I'm really
I'm just
trying to
seeing your
figure out.
token just yeet across the map here.
Yeet.
What is going on today? Okay, I am not going to use my mouse anymore. I am only going to use my keypad.
Fair.
Yeah. Okay, so it's going to take me a little longer to move things. Okay.
So real quick, DM, you said bioluminescent. Is that the water, or like what is the thing that's giving us lights?
It
I'm
is.
going to reload again.
When we get there.
It's basically coming from the walls.
Oh.
So most of you would probably in character be familiar with like what light source fungi would look like. It's
Gross.
sort of that soft, shifting colors between like blues to purple to like a soft red, and some green in there as well. But it's not like fungus is growing on the walls. It's like the walls themselves have that sort of effect.
Okay.
And along with the sort of intensifying whispers that you're all experiencing, did something happen? Oh, she just covered.
Yeah.
Is Gert, Taryn... Yeah, is Gert and Taryn. You would be able to basically feel an intense magical energy all around you. Like you're just completely surrounded by a deep magical, not like a single source, but like it's just all around you.
How high up are we from the water? Like on that water line?
That's a good question. Only a few inches.
Okay.
And the flow is pretty quick. You would be able to see even just from the staircase that between the intensity of the waterfall itself and then how quickly the water's going to the north, you could easily get swept away.
Oh, that could be fun. No.
There's a drag troll in there. That is not fun. I really want to put my hand in, but it feels like a bad idea.
But it could be fun.
That's
You
what
never
I
know.
keep saying. That's what I
Fine,
said. It'd be like a water slide. Woo.
Do you want to make like little paper boats and just watch them go?
Did you
gonna
catch
go
that
over-
description of the sort of magical energy feeling?
No,
were
but
you
I
aware?
can surmise based on that short summary.
Okay.
So I guess we've got two options. Well, three, because it forks, but we could either go more into the caves or sort of follow where the water's going.
I mean, both of them sound kind of cool. Following the water sounds like the thing to do for the water cult, because that's like their thing, but also like the fuck could be in this cave.
I feel
I'm sure that
like-
didn't help.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, because like if we know the other geography, because we have the map, like the water to me is going to take us like fully up in my brain. It's going to take us up where like the river goes, but I know that Sacred Stone is like not on the water. So my brain is saying, well, if we follow the water, we'll go up the water. If we don't follow the water, we might have a better shot at going left.
But water doesn't go up. It's flowing out.
Oh,
If it's flowing out,
I thought it was flowing down again for some reason. I keep being like,
because
it's all going
or am I wrong, Juice? The waterfall, and then it's from the waterfall, it's going
like
out
north of us,
right?
Yes, that's correct.
All right.
Yeah.
And the
So-
waterfall, you are not able to see like a source. It's like this massive hole in the ceiling,
Yeah.
and water's just gushing out of it.
Yeah. So like, we are. If it took us 15 minutes to walk down here,
Yeah.
we're
And they did say mud. We do have stuff about a mud alchemist.
we're way
Maybe we
below
should-
the river right now.
Yeah. I have no idea. Cal, where are we going?
So as you say, Cal, where are you going? Actually something
Oh man.
A lash of water actually flies out of the pool right next to Whirl and smacks
Uh-oh.
you. So I need to make
No.
this.
Oh.
I'm gonna hit it
I was
back.
just thinking like, let's go for a swim, but what the fuck is
I
that?
rolled a 6. Oh, I had 6 damage. I rolled 13.
Why is that? Nope, that is not
Escape.
the right thing.
Well, whatever it is, I'm
I just
excited
spoiled
about
a
it.
thing. Sorry. 14
okay.
to hit you.
Shit, my armor class is 13.
Okay. So you're gonna take 15 bludgeoning damage. As this lash of water like just whipped like a whip. That is what I'm trying to say.
Sure.
Like a whip comes out of the water and just like hits you like across the head, but then instead of just like splashing, it retracts back into the water. And now we need to roll initiative as 2 serpentine figures reveal themselves out of the water.
Oh shit!
Fucked.
There.
Oh fuck.
Dicks.
Yeah, so I gotta stop this. And we're gonna do...
It's
Of
a
course,
beautiful
Gert.
initiative, Gert.
Except I'm a cleric, and so being the first one up is not always great.
I got
Oh,
you.
jeez.
It's okay.
I am not.
Apparently we have you.
All right. All right. Looks like I am last. Great.
Honestly, that
Perfect.
slaps. Like, if all 5 of us, or at least 4 of the 5 of us, can go before these, like, serpent fucks, beautiful. Great. Awesome.
Pretty choice.
Yeah.
Would like.
So Cal, you're at 20. Right? Is 21?
Yes.
Correctamundo.
Okay, nice. Cal and Whirl, what are your initiative modifiers?
+3.
Yeah, Whirl's going first.
Okay. Gert, we ended up at 19, and Taryn.
Oh.
Damn. That's rough, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. However,
That's too loud.
does this trigger my feral instinct?
What is feral instinct? Can you...
Yep. It's a surprise attack. If we're surprised, but I'm not incapacitated, I basically act normal on the first turn. I just have to rage first.
Okay. So I'll put this in the rules channel for us so we don't forget. I have been trying to figure a lot of stuff out regarding surprise and it's like one of the more heavily debated mechanics in 5th edition. So I think this is what I'm going to do. It says when you are surprised. I'm just going to say when anybody in the group is surprised, and as long as you're in the same vicinity, like, Cal, you're not still in the other room up the stairs.
Sure.
You are collectively surprised, even if someone else was attacked as a result of it. So yes, we're going to say this counts.
Okay.
For you to be able to do this.
That's cool. Especially considering both Cal and Whirl had like the same initiative. They would have like seen this thing kind of around the same time.
Exactly.
Right. And I would even argue, like, on top of that, Cal is like one of the people that's facing that direction. So you would have even seen this thing like out of the water just before it hit Whirl.
Right.
So I think that all works out. And frankly,
You would have told me to duck and I wouldn't have listened.
Yeah, just trying to keep things simple while maintaining the spirit of their intent.
Tight.
So yes, you may have your round for this before we go into the beginning of initiative.
Okay. If we're all set with that, then I am raging.
Okay. Boop.
And I think with a good vantage point from the top of the stairs, then let me grab Thunder Poke, and I'm gonna launch it at the. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna launch it to keep more narrative focused too, and it would make sense. I want to hit the one that hit Whirl, which I'm assuming would be this one.
That's correct.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna toss Thunder Poke at it. 25.
25, I believe that hits. Oh yeah, definitely.
Okie dokie. So 9 piercing damage.
Okay.
And we'll do another retract and stab. Or launching stab, whatever that would be called. And that's a 23 to hit.
That also hits.
That's an additional 7 piercing damage.
Okay. Cal, not a leading question.
Yep.
But I did notice you have not been using the thunder aspect of Thunder Poke much. Is that intentional?
That is intentional.
Okay.
The spell of Thunder Wave, as it is presented here, I was not doing it correctly actually a couple of times, but yeah, there's I got to do it carefully.
Okay.
So yes, I'm being much more careful and methodical about when I am using that. So
Sounds good.
yeah, I haven't forgotten about it. I'm just I need to be careful about when I use it specifically because of the like pushing feature of it.
Are you aware that the source of the thunder wave would be the impact of the spear and not you?
Yes.
Okay.
That still doesn't change much of anything. And also, I'm aware of it. I'm just being strategic about it.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. So 2 hits, and you know that they were effective. And that included your rage damage, right? The 9 and the 7?
It always should. Yeah, I think it should. So
Okay. Yeah, it looks like it is. Okay, sweet. Anything else?
That's action and bonus. So nope. I think I will after I launch those down. Let's do. I gotta zoom in a little bit because these squares are a little bit smaller. So I'm gonna do a 5, 10. Stupid technical question about the map aspect, but so right at the bottom of the stairs here, is the square right next to it? Like, is it feasible that I can just jump to that next square to the right?
Yep. The wall ends here, so this is like open staircase for these last 3 squares.
Sure. I just imagine that like these two are a little bit high up, and I don't want to like jump too far down to try and hurt myself. But like, I figure if that's just at the end of the stairs, I just want to make sure that's safe. So 5, 10.
Yep.
15, 20. As I'm approaching the water, because the water, you said it was a little rushy, versatile water kind of a thing. If I'm right at the edge here on this square, is that going to like, do I feel like that's gonna do anything to like pull me under or anything like that? Is there like a strong current to?
Not without you like choosing to go into the water.
Okay, yeah.
Being near it is good.
Okay, so yeah, I'll be there, but I'm staying on dry lands for the time being. So
okay,
we'll move there, and that'll be it.
Okay. Then we are going to the top of the true initiative after surprise initiative. So you have the first go.
Okay. Remind me which one Cal was focusing on. Was it the top one?
This one.
Bottom.
Bottom. Okay, great. Cool. I'm going to attempt to cast Toll the Dead on this guy.
Yes.
It is a wisdom save. And it's missing hit points, right?
Correct.
Sick.
So it's got a 14.
Damn it, it's surged.
Oh.
It's a big bummer town. I don't think it even... I don't think it takes any.
Yeah, cantrips are all or nothing.
That's fair. Okay.
Except I think there are some feats that change that, if that's something you guys are interested in checking out for future levels.
That's fair.
Interesting.
I think... Yeah, I think that's all I can do right now.
Okay. Any movement or anything, or are you just staying there?
I'm gonna go up against the wall right here.
Okay.
Actually, like, boop. That's
Alrighty. Then we're off to whirl.
I have like 6 ideas, none of them seem good. I am going to first I'm gonna look at Gert and I'm gonna say, you wanna be big?
Oh, that could be fun.
Tight.
This is very good.
And I'm gonna cast Enlarge on Gert. I will ping it. The biggest thing is it doubles your size. You go from medium to large, like as a creature size, and you add a D4 to any physical attacks, but you also get advantage on strength saves.
This is very cool.
Yes. Yes.
Jeez.
Could I ask you to
Yes.
help with reminders on that stuff on Gert's turn?
I shall do that. It's concentration for me, so that's the thing I need to remember. You might get small soon, but I believe in you, and I believe in myself as well. And then I'm going to point to this fucko that hit me, and I'm going to go, "You're not my dad," and cast, and give him the negative bardic, which I can't remember what it's called. Unsettling words.
Unsettling words, and that is on the southern one.
That's on the one that
that's
hit
been
me. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I
Why is
will.
Whirl the best?
Oh my god.
You're not my dad.
And so he gets a negative D8 on his next save, I believe. I'll
Okay.
check. And that
Next save of any kind, right?
Yes. Sorry, my I have to find. I have it written down. Shut your hole, Andrew. Unsettling. Yes, their next saving throw before my next turn, and I'll be like, he's lit up. Someone fucking hit him with some shit. And then I'm gonna back up like a skosh. Ooh, a skoshy or skosh. from
Okay.
the water, and that is my turn.
All right. Cal, you are up.
Right, I'm closer, and I've already got some there, but I think I'm gonna give, now that she's in the area of effect, I'm gonna give Gigagurt some temporary hit points.
Okay.
You get
Great.
3.
Gert.
So good.
Mecha Gert.
And yeah, we're gonna start doing this again, but this time I'm aiming for the top one.
Okay.
So let's do a 1. It's 18
Hit.
for 8 piercing damage.
Oh.
Oh.
10
We all got so excited.
Yep.
for a big old whiff. I don't know. I don't know. I'm assuming it doesn't.
Yeah. So we are doing the nat 1 is a crit fail. So no matter what the end result is, it
that
still
isn't
ends
that
up
one.
missing.
Okay.
Narratively, we'll say like you've been hitting the main body with those blows of this sort of serpentine water figure. But this one you just miss a little wide and maybe like hit a tentacle, but it reforms quickly and you can tell that it was not effective.
Okay.
I forgot to show this to you guys.
Water. Weird.
Whoa.
Spooky.
Whoa. What a dick.
Oh no, a wild Gyarados appears.
Yeah.
That's my bonus. Okay. And yeah, that'll be my turn.
Okay, Gert, Giga Gert.
Yep.
What are we doing?
We are gonna cast a spell. We're gonna give him some guiding bolt. $15 to hit.
That'll hit. Which one are you going for?
I'll go for whichever one hit Whirl. Cause
That
he's a
would be
dick.
this one.
Great.
Okay.
So
19
19
radiant. Okay.
Yes, and target. Shoot. There's something about like this target before the end of your next turn. Wait, hold on.
Isn't it next person gets advantage with guiding
Yes,
bolt?
that's what it is.
So not only does the next person who hits it gets advantage. Next time it makes a save, it's minus a d8.
Yeah. So the next attack roll made against it, it has the person has has advantage, right?
Yeah,
The
Am I
person
reading that
attacking
right?
it has advantage.
Yes. Correct.
that's sick as hell. We're just like lighting this dude up.
Yes. Okay. Anything else for you?
No, because I'm a big girl, so I'm not afraid and I'm not gonna run away. I was gonna run away when I was a little girl.
Okay. So it's these things' turns now. Water weirds. Spelled like weird. Actually, I can never remember if weird is IE. I don't know. Whatever.
Really depends on the day.
So actually, seeing that Gert has been enlarged, they're both going to lash at you. So we're gonna roll this twice. Why did you not roll twice, sir? So the first one's a 14. Second one's a 19.
19 hits, 14 doesn't.
Okay. So you're going to take
Oof.
18 bludgeoning damage, and you need to make a strength save.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, you
okay.
do. And that's why I made you big.
And so I get what on
You
a
get
strength
advantage. You get advantage on strength saves.
save? Okay.
And
Very
checks.
good.
So that first one's an 8, and that second one is oh.
Oh,
Oh. That's not
Oh
good.
no, am I dragged in? Dragged in the
So
water.
here's what happens. This is being modified because you are enlarged. You are restrained. You can reattempt a strength save on your turn. And you can tell that this thing is trying to pull you in, but it can't.
But because I'm a big girl, it can't.
Right. And then this one... Oh, this one came closer to try to do that in the first place. Both of them did. And they both went for you. Okay, that's it for them. Taryn's up. What's Taryn gonna do?
Well, if it helps, he probably can see that one of them is lit up and able to
Right.
be. Yeah, he's probably seen what the rest of us do and knows what guiding bolt does.
Right, that is accurate. Let's say... that he's going to bane it.
Ooh, good.
Oh, both of them.
Bane.
3
Yeah,
creatures.
Bane's up to 3 for first level.
Yeah. Rhythm saves. Yeah, to make them less effective. Okay, so charisma save on both. The one on the bottom has minus D8, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so this is going to be the top one first, bottom one second. Niner, fail.
Right.
And then disadvantage. Sorry, not disadvantage. I don't know why I did that. We're going to take the 2 because it's the first number. And minus D8 makes that super fail. So they're going to have minus D4. They're both baned. They're going to have minus D4 on any attacks they make until Taryn's next turn.
It's a concentration.
Oh, yep, concentration.
I can, if you want, I can keep track of Bane for you.
That would be awesome.
Sure.
It is 10 rounds, or a minute, that will last. And then I'm going to say that he's probably comfortable right here, like right behind
Behind Big Gert.
Gigagurt. And Bane is an action. What does he have for bonus actions? He would definitely try to help. Can't do that because it's also a leveled spell. Yeah, he doesn't have anything that he could do for that. So I'm going to say that is Taryn's turn. So then we go back up to Iz.
cool. I'm gonna do the old 1-2 punch of bonus action using steady aim to gain advantage on my next attack, and then I'm going to just try and dump a crossbow into this guy. Let's see.
He already has advantage out, so I don't know that you need to steady aim him.
Cool. I'll do that then. I can't really do anything else with my bonus action, but here we go. Yep, it's gonna be bad or bad.
Ooh.
Bad.
Wow.
Ouch. Oh, that was it. Yeah, there was advantage because of the...
Because of the guiding bolt.
That's right. Cool. Is just gonna like shoulder check this wall and be like, all right, I guess I'm just chilling here today. You guys got this. It's my turn.
Okay. Then we're down to Whirl.
I will. That's not gonna work. I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on the one that hit me.
Okay.
And my whisper is gonna be, "You're not my dad." Because I wanted to just confuse him for like, why would I? What? So yeah, Dissonant Whispers. Spells. Where'd you go? I will cast it at a level 1. No, level 2. Boop. Oh,
And that's just the one, correct?
Yes. Oh, it's a wisdom save of
Nice.
15.
Fail.
Hell yeah.
So 12
Nice.
psychic damage.
Okay. And that was this one. And I gotta double check. Okay.
And I'm gonna look at Iz and say, I'm sorry that arrow whiffed. I'm sure the next one will be better, and I'll give you bardic inspiration.
Aw, bless your heart.
And I will stay where I am, and that is my turn.
Okay. Cal, you're up.
Let's do some more. We're gonna do some more stabby stabs. I guess I don't have another. Bonus. So yeah. So let's do another. Or actually. Nah, that won't work. Where was that? Might be in features and traits. Sorry, I'm looking for a very specific. Oh, that's an action. That's why. Ooh, I don't like that. That's an action, not a bonus action. Okay, so yeah. Gert, I think you got smacked a little bit, so you're gonna get another 3 temporary hit points
Great.
to help with that. And I'm still gonna be throwing the poke.
Okay.
I'm gonna try for the top one again. Jeez.
Nice.
Alright.
That's an
Hell
natural
yeah.
20, am I correct?
29.
You are.
Oh,
amazing.
shoot.
So what is the max damage? We're gonna be adding the 10 to that.
I think 12. It's 1d6 plus 6, so 12, I think, would be the max damage, correct?
Yep. That is correct. So we're gonna make that 22.
Oof.
And this thing with that blow is starting to like writhe around a little bit as if it was disoriented. You can tell that it's hurting.
All right. Well, while it's wobbling, I'm gonna try and take aim again, and probably not gonna make it with an 11.
Correct. 11 does not hit.
All right. Then that'll do it for me.
Okay. Gigagurt.
Okay, so I have a question.
Let's do this.
Uh-huh.
How is this thing holding me?
We're gonna say it's got like a tentacle around your foot. I'm not gonna say that it's preventing your use of hands for anything,
Cool.
like your ankle.
So, I might have to do a strength save for this. But what I would really love to do is grab that tentacle and pull him closer.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's bananas.
I believe you can do that.
Great.
Let's make sure.
I'm gonna drag his ass to me.
There is nothing on here that would suggest to me that you can't do that. So let's do it.
Cool.
So this is going to be a strength contest between the two of you.
Okay.
So it's not a check, but it is it is not a save. It is a strength check against its
Okay.
strength check.
I think you might still get advantage on those. Let me check.
What was
Saves
the
and
plus
throws.
4?
The +4 is for weapon damage, I believe.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, which weapons are basically not doing jack shit if they're full of water. But with, there you are. It's, I believe it's strength saves and checks. So you get both. Target also has advantage on strength saves, checks and strength saving throws while you're enlarged. So you're still good.
That would
Perfect.
make sense. So you've got advantage.
All right, number 2. Okay, that's fine.
Oh,
That's
but
fine.
they are being baned, so anything they do, you subtract a d4. Still isn't going to help, is it?
It still isn't gonna help, but
Right.
that's okay because I'm still touching it. Correct? I'm still touching the thing. So I'm going to cast another spell. Inflict wounds.
Sick as hell. You are sick as hell.
This is so cool.
Well, can I not do that? Okay.
So this is an
Sorry, I
action,
should have
right?
done that. I should have done that from the get-go.
Your action was that attempt to pull.
Okay.
So you still have bonus action, but this is an action spell.
Okay.
So-
See, I'm mad at myself now because I was doing it for flavor more than anything.
Oh, yeah, because there are impacts that it would have had. So it
Okay.
does take your action to do that.
Okie doke. Well then, for my bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
There you go.
And I'm gonna bop the other guy. This one. With my Spiritual Weapon.
Controlled by Gert.
Yes.
Boom.
Although I don't bop him because it's only a 9. That's okay though. It would have been real cool.
There to use on the next turn.
It is exactly.
got it
Exactly.
ready.
Okay, so you have a choice. You are able to, if you want to, make another strength save to escape the grapple of this thing, or you can let it keep going for strategery reasons.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it keep going
Okay.
because I really want to get him.
Okay. Gotcha. Then we are off to the werds themselves. This one's gonna try to hit you first, and then other things will happen. So it's another attack against you, 24 to hit.
That hits.
Minus
Okay.
a d4.
That hits.
20 still hits.
I know.
Yeah, that still hits.
I'm still going to say it.
It's gonna be 16
Okay.
bludgeoning damage. Why does it keep saying it's that? It's two separate things. D&D Beyond, go home. Yes, that is accurate. 16 bludgeoning damage. And now you need to do another strength save.
Okay.
With advantage. Big money, no whammies.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
Does 18? I was gonna say,
It
does
does
18 save?
It does save.
Save.
So you can tell though with these hits that they're trying to team up on you, and this one's giving it all it can with trying to pull you in, but clearly it can't on its own. And because of that, it's going to let you go and actually try to attack Iz right there.
damn it.
You
That's
got a
like,
bardic.
he.
So it's a 12 minus D4.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't hit either way.
Oh, okay.
Same.
Awesome. In that case, it's going to back up to here. Okay. then we're off to Taryn. What's Taryn doing?
Cool Twilight Domain stuff, probably.
Yes.
He would be. Ooh, I just drew a line. I don't know how I did that, and I would love to erase it.
We are all over the place today.
I love this.
I've only been up for like an hour and a half. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Let's have him do a Toll the Dead.
Nice.
That is a save. What save is it? Wisdom?
Wisdom, I think. Yeah.
Of 15. And it'll be at the top one. Roll 15. Got it. And looking at what he's got going on here, you know what? He's gonna spiritual weapon too. That's bonus action. Toll the Dead was a cantrip, so that works. Can you tell it plays spellcasters?
Right.
I can't get rid of your line. Yes, I can. Okay.
Oh yay!
Okay, so spiritual weapon. It's gonna be right. Oh, that. Yeah, right there. Going after this one, and it does get this on the first turn. Why? What are you doing? Because I have the window open in two different places. That's why. So we're gonna have to take the first one. It still hits.
Yeah, it hella hits.
So 7 magical force damage to that one, and they switched places. So both of them, you can tell both of them at this point are definitely sort of like disoriented. And
I like disorientated.
It's
I'm
fun.
using that now.
Yep. And then we're back up to Iz.
Okay. I think I'm gonna stay right here and do the same thing again with the bonus action using steady aim to try and have advantage on this. I'm just gonna do this first guy because I can actually see him right there. 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, cool. So here's the initial damage. We're going to take into account sneak attack as well.
Okay.
I'm also going to do Whales of the Grave, or Whales from the Grave, which is going to do an additional 2d6 damage. So let me go ahead and roll that. And that hits both this first guy and the second guy. So they both take an additional 7.
Nice.
So 27 for the first guy, 7 for the guy in the back.
Okay, so the one that you hit with the main attack is actually with that going to basically explode into inert water, and it's dead. And the other one takes that additional 7, and it's you can tell it's really bad, in really bad shape. But still kicking so far.
Okay.
Anything else for you?
Just gonna scream with the group. It's basically mist. Just yell at it and it'll go away.
Okay, whirl.
Cool. With the fact that it's basically mist, then I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery, which is a cantrip. And I'm gonna go, ha ha ha, your buddy's dead. It's a wisdom save of 15 on this guy, I think is who's left.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
I think that guy's left, right?
Yes.
Right. That guy. Okay, so yeah, wisdom save of 15, and he still has to subtract the d4. It doesn't matter.
Ooh.
Incredible.
So 2d4. Oh, fuck. For 5.
5
It's
damage.
something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still there.
We're just poking him
Barely.
dead at this point. We're just poking him dead.
Anything else for you?
You're not getting a bardic for this, but I'm still yelling, poke him dead, Gert! Oh, wait, Cal's next. Poke him dead, Cal.
And
that's
with
it.
that, Cal, you're up.
Yeah, I think
They will
he's gonna
poke him dead.
27.
He's
Poke
gonna
him
thunder
dead.
poke him dead.
He's gonna poke him dead.
Yeah, your spear's gonna make impact, and like for the first time, it'll kind of like stick for a second before retracting, and this other one will just sort of like splash explode.
Awesome.
Nice. Okay. We are out of initiative. That's a perfect opportunity to take a quick break, and then we'll come back to what are you guys doing next?
Cool.
We'll be right back.
Apparently making our mind up faster so we don't get attacked by more water wraiths.
Okay. All right, we're back. We just killed a couple water wizards that tried to drag us into the water. I have to tell World, and you shared all the info with everybody, right? So
Yeah.
where are you?
Right here.
You're not my dad.
That was so
I
good.
love how much you could just keep saying that. It's so great.
It's fun.
Okay. So, I can actually edit this. Yeah, I'm gonna edit it so it's actually in the full description that you'll have in your handout. In your handout, the last thing you see is Tears of Endless Anguish, right?
Play your handouts.
Okay. So the flaw. I'll read it to you and then I'll edit it so that it's in your guys' actual handout. Drown makes its wielder covetous. This is only if you attune to it.
Right. This is what the curse is, right?
Yes. So you gain the following flaw. I demand and deserve the largest share of the spoils, and I refuse to part with anything that is mine. In addition, if you're attuned to drown for 24 consecutive hours, barnacles start to form on your skin. They can be removed with greater restoration or similar magic, but not while you are attuned to the weapon.
Ooh.
Wow. It's hardcore, man.
And at this point, Whirl, you do still know that there is more to the capability of this weapon that you do not get from Identify, but
Okay.
that part should have been in there.
Cool.
So I think I have to show it to
How
you one more
long does
time.
it take to attune?
3 hours. Oh,
Okay.
1 hour.
1 hour, yeah.
But you can
Awesome.
also like unattune, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Also takes an hour. Actually, no, let me double check that.
I see that face.
Are you thinking thoughts?
I mean,
I think
Embrace the chaos.
Sam is thinking thoughts. I think personally that Gert would know more information than that. But I'm like, no, curse things are bad.
I know.
But I know that Sam really wants it.
Just change your alignment. It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, chaos.
I don't know what you're talking about. Chaos slaps.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I think we're both the same alignment. Whirlin is, I think, what am I? Chaotic good?
Yes. Yeah. Chaotic good party.
Oh.
I wouldn't say that this necessarily changes your alignment. It's calling it a flaw. So it's like this additional trait that is unfortunate and added to you.
Fair.
And only in that, specific scenario. The share of this lion's share of the spoils are mine kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, it would be a really interesting way to play a character, especially since you have been vehemently the opposite of that so far.
Right.
But
So I'm saying.
I don't know if we want to have to call you Barnacle Gert.
So, okay, yes, you can unattune to any item as long as it's not cursed, and this item is not cursed. It has a flaw. That is two different things.
well,
Interesting.
I see.
Good to know.
Yep. And it just requires another short rest focusing on the item. So an hour.
Okay. I mean, it's pretty badass.
It is. It's interesting. I'm afraid of it. So, hey guys, could I get like a special healing hug because I'm having a hard time.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, my dear.
You're good. I got slapped real hard by that guy.
I mean, so did I. Couple times. So, let's do this thing. I'm going to channel divinity. And how's everybody else feeling?
I'm okay.
Taryn's good.
Okay.
All right, bring it in.
Yeah, because I'm
Bring
down
it
to
in,
half
Gert.
again.
Cool. So I will give 20 to each of us. How's that sound?
Beautiful.
Perfect. All right.
No more bombs. Okay, do we maybe stay away from the water then this time?
I was actually going
Yeah.
to suggest that we investigate the caverns first, but
Yeah.
either way seems it might be perilous.
Hey. This way then, maybe?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. Let's go up.
Let's go that way.
You're checking the north one?
Yeah, this one.
Okay, right where Whirl pinged is where I'm going to ask you to stop.
Cool.
Okay.
Because you will start to hear some conversing from around the corner in a very similar sort of hissing, cackling language that you had heard in one of the rooms upstairs. Upstairs in the temple before coming down here. Actually, only one of you heard that. Was that Gert?
I
It
would
was
say
me.
yes.
Yeah.
Gert. Okay. So all the rest of you are hearing this for the first time, but Gert, if you're nearby, you're hearing this again. It's a language you don't understand, but you can tell that it's very similar to something you had heard in the temple above.
Do we want to go to the other way, guys?
I mean, I can check it really quick if you want.
Do a sneaky sneak?
I mean, I heard this before, and then we saw those weird lizards. It might be those weird lizards.
I have
Didn't
to
we-
retcon something.
I was gonna say we fought weird lizards, right?
Yeah. In the
Yeah.
same room as Gar.
Yeah.
Yes. And also a couple of them with the dragon, but they got toasted very quickly.
Taryn
Yeah,
will tell
we're
you
like,
that
"We're
he
here,
can
rah."
understand them.
Mm.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does anybody else speak Abyssal? Sorry, I just got to spoil it.
No, I don't think we do.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So Taryn will tell you that he can understand them, that they're speaking Abyssal, and that he would have to get closer to get a full conversation, because so far he can only hear broken words.
He's got
Okay.
disadvantage on stuff.
Shit. I could help him with it.
With stealth?
Yeah. Question. I have expertise in stealth. Does that do anything extra? Or is it just like, hey, I'm proficient, I can still help you?
It's a bonus on top of proficiency for you.
Right, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I will try and help him out, giving him pointers like, okay, hold your armor in this weird way so it doesn't make a noise. A little piece of cloth in between where it jangles a little bit.
Yeah, okay. So he'll make a stealth check normal.
Big money, no wins.
Holy shit.
Nice.
That's real good.
I keep
Nice.
forgetting that there's 2.
Are we? 'cause
Fuck it, I'm taking the 20.
Thank you.
That's the one
the
that says
best.
GM on it, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, which.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
there you
is
go. Okay, the
Yeah.
GM line is the one we should take. Thank you for
Yeah.
pointing that out.
Eek.
Yeah, because one for the stream, so that stuff isn't spoiled. I just have another window. It's me, but logged in as a player, so I can only see the collective player views, and none of the like GM specific stuff. So the GM window makes sense. We're gonna do that. So he's gonna get to about here, Boop. And listen in for 15, 20 seconds. And then he'll come back and let you guys know that it is definitely lizard folk. One of them seems to really be dominating the conversation. He seems annoyed at best and made mention of him deserving leadership of the water cult.
Ooh.
Knowing now the flaw that we know about Drown, would I believe that there's maybe another weapon down here? Or does it just seem more like he's like just full of himself?
Oh, you're talking about that description.
Yeah. So if he's like, I want this thing, and we now just have learned or have remembered that like that weapon makes you want things more, and is also like the signal of the water cult.
I'm gonna say that there's not a good way to make that mechanically answer that question, yes or no. We're gonna have to go off of what you would actually believe.
Okay.
It's certainly not an unreasonable hypothesis.
I mean, do we want to go talk to them or look at them or keep listening, or do we want to totally avoid them and just keep wandering around? Because that seems very indicative of the stuff we know about this thing that Cal's carrying.
It's true.
I mean, we know we could take them.
Trying to see if there's like a benefit to even talking to them. Like, haha, I got your
I got
your
your
trident. You
Yeah.
could
All your friends
No.
are dead. Haha.
go claim unemployment and get another job. Like, you're fine. You don't need to be here anymore.
Or this is a question then for Taryn. Did it sound like he knew that Gar was dead?
Ooh.
Or does he just think he should be running it instead of Gar?
That's an important question.
He did not make any mention of Gar being dead or alive.
Okay.
He was more lamenting that he should be running the show.
Cool. Also, just like general fact, do lizard folk normally speak Abyssal? Like, is that like a normal lizard folk language, or?
Everybody make a nature or history check. If anybody gets more than a 10, then you will know the answer to that question.
We're gonna know the answer to that question.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes, it is one of at least 2 languages that they speak that you know of.
Abyssal and lizard.
Actually, since you got so high, you would know that they speak normally Abyssal and Draconic.
That tracks. Okay. Man, multilingual lizards. It's super cool.
All right, let's make a decision. Where are we going?
Ooh.
Oh,
Yes.
I went to the wrong thing.
Ideas?
What
Light
if-
bulb, bing.
What if Cal rolls in there speaking Draconic, right? That's one of yours, right?
Yeah.
With Drown, basically saying, I heard you. I already defeated him. This is mine now. What are you gonna do about it?
Ooh.
So you want me to pretend to be the new leader of the water cult?
Maybe.
You can just be like intimidating and stuff. Be like, all right, yar, like me.
I can back you up. I got good stuff to say.
Could try that.
Ooh, I have a fun idea. Do you want me to try and pretend to look like Gar and you can carry me in and I'm all dead and shit?
We're
Might
pulling
be.
an end of Harry Potter spoiler alert right now. Like, is that what we're gonna do?
Could be, that could be interesting. I would hope that they wouldn't want to, conduct some sort of respectful burial ritual with you and
That's okay. It'd just be like a fun puzzle to solve, right? How to get out of casket. Ooh, weird.
Well, we just wouldn't leave you there. We'd be like, you guys have to
Yeah.
leave now, and they'll be like, okay.
We'll take care of this guy. And be like, boop. Haha.
Exactly. And then, like I said, you'll Harry Potter and be like, spoiler alert, I'm not dead. Get him, Neville. And then, like, everything will be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I'm willing
mean-
to try it if you think we should confront these folks. Otherwise, there are multiple passages around us.
Ooh, fun question. Do we take his weird arm?
Yes.
I don't think we have. Oh, we do?
I think.
No.
I think.
Cal
I
left
thought
it
we.
on the
Oh, wait.
table.
That's
Oh.
right. That was on the altar. Shit.
Right, because you were like, here, please. So you'd have to like do an arm tuck inside of a sleeve.
Is there a reason
mean,
you're asking
yeah.
about the arm?
Just for authenticity.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could pretend to have a weird fake arm, but that's weird. I don't know if I can
like you're
actually
thinking
do
about
that.
turning into him?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I never get to do cool changeling things.
I know. That's yeah. I mean, I'm game for whatever. Whirl is always down to clown. So whatever you guys think is the best plan, I am going to go with and help.
Again, we can also just walk away, but if this guy may be our next competition,
Yeah.
I'd be interested to at least get a look at him.
This is also supposed to be a temple, right? Temple of the water elemental. I would love to see what other temple-y shit is down here. And if there are any water elementals. Or other water shit.
What do you think, Cal?
Sounds like somewhat of a plan.
So we changed the plan from Cal asserting dominance to Iz pretending to be Gar?
Oh no,
They're one and the same.
they're one and the same.
Together. It would
Cal
be like,
is bringing dead Gar and basically saying,
Oh, I missed that part. Okay.
yes.
Because I feel like the trident is good enough proof that you've taken him down, but just for further confirmation, like, haha, look, he's super dead.
I mean, it's a solid plan, I think. Granted, we've had so many solid plans before, but we're very good at the whole deceptive element of things.
Mhm.
So,
Could be fun.
Okay. What is everybody's passive insight?
I think 11.
12.
15.
9.
Nice.
Taryn, let's not leave him
Terrence
out.
is like 16, maybe? Because of that.
His is
That-
17.
Yeah, that's close.
Yikes.
Taryn will actually chime in and say, do you think they know that Gar's body should do what it did when he died?
Oh.
Ooh, that's a good point. Oh, damn it.
And we still have then accurate. We still
What we
have
do have is trident.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
Like
If
the
it was
trident's
anyone
pretty.
else that died and didn't turn into a puddle of water, it probably could work, but puddle
Yeah.
equals no visible proof. Other than that,
Yeah, the trident's pretty. I want to do it, but I'm also like, let's just fucking wander around. Someone make a decision. Go.
how about we wander around, and if we can't find anything interesting, then we can come back to it.
Bomb. Let's do
Sounds
that.
good.
Sick.
Up or down?
Down. I want to stay away from the water right now.
Cool.
Good
We did
idea.
it, gang. We made a decision.
Woo! Progress.
Yes.
Doing it.
Go this
Okay.
direction then instead.
This exact, like, this last exchange is precisely why, from my end, this is very challenging to do. And I have gained so much respect for the mantle of DM. It's insane. Okay. Is
Yo.
you're checking out this lower hallway. Are you looking for anything specific, or are you just kind of taking in whatever you observe when you observe it?
Kind of just generally looking around. Like,
Okay.
trying to be as open to what is around here and not like, tunnel vision. It's a tunnel.
Okay. So you'll notice then this spotty sort of terrain, and what we have here is a low, dark, thin mist sort of clinging to the floor in front of you, and the walls right in front of you are sort of like glistening with moisture. You can tell it's a little different from just the the clearly magical bioluminescent glow of the walls. You can tell that in addition there's some extra moisture going on with them.
Okay.
Several sets of you can at least see one or two sets of like crude bronze manacles anchored to the walls, sort of like on the other side here. And where are you specifically? You're there. And one captive human, but there is no token here. Let me finish this and then I'll put that token in there.
Sure.
This person is unconscious, and you can tell that she is sort of like twitching unnaturally, or like
Oh.
not unnaturally. She's kind of twitching, but you can tell she's unconscious.
Okay.
A steady breeze blows toward the passage to the west, and the running water is sort of fading behind you as you go farther into this tunnel. Let me just read one more quick thing. Oh, that's why. Well, that's dumb. Put the token on the map, dude. Okay, yeah, that's what you got. The person you can just see is like technically your vision right now. It's a little farther north.
I see. Okay. Oh, weird.
Let me get a
Yep.
thing on the map while you guys are deciding what you would like to do.
Okay. Got some bioluminescent algae in here. Creepy and pretty.
I mean, I'm probably gonna try to heal her
Yeah.
just to wake her up, see if she's okay.
Good idea.
Do the rest of us know the race of Limura?
Oh, that's a very good question.
Because she did say she could hear running water.
Bug.
She is human.
Get him in there.
Go, Jargo. Scoot out of the way. Hey,
Wait,
bud.
yeah. I mean, but yeah, like let's check and see. Maybe that's someone that he might recognize.
Okay.
I feel like probably not because we wouldn't do that while he wasn't here. But
Where is this?
maybe she knows some shit.
Hmm.
Oh,
she's like
big
someone's
fail,
mom.
roll 20. Okay. I'm just gonna do a generic token thing. You know what? We're gonna theater their mind it and not screw around with
Perfect.
that.
Let's go.
So she's here. This person is here. Whoop. Why did I make it purple?
Because her
fucking
dress
see
is
it.
purple. Done. Perfect.
Love it.
Yeah.
You can't see. Okay.
Okay.
Who's in there?
Well,
Yeah, that's a person.
I am moving toward her, and I cast.
Okay. So before you do anything, I gotta describe a little more because you guys are getting close. And Taryn will absolutely say, yes, that's her. Gert, as you get right there, you notice that there's actually a pit right in front of you, and she's kind of like on this little, like the edge of the pit that she's on goes down about 5 feet, and then there's this tiny platform that she's just kind of hanging onto or like lying on, and then it goes down even farther. It doesn't go too far, so it's only another 10 feet, but it's kind of hard to see anything conclusive beyond that because of this mist. And then you actually notice there are 2 more people at the other edge, or 2 more figures at least at the other edge, also unconscious. And that's confusing me. 1 second. Okay, yep, you can see those other 2 figures that are medium size, but you also see a creature on all 4s slowly shuffling around at the bottom of the pit.
I mean, I don't know if I can see it yet, but are all 3 of these people like over the pit, or is it just Limera?
Limura is on this sort of shallow edge. The other 2 are in the back here at the bottom of the 10 feet.
Okay. So it's like a pool, where it's like a gradual dip, but there's like no water in it.
Right.
Cool.
Okay. So, is it possible? I definitely want to get Lamora out. And I think it's going to be easier to do when she's unconscious. I think it'll actually be easier to do for all of these folks when they're unconscious, because what I'm nervous about is waking them up and then too much movement happening and they get hurt from being startled. So, could we pull these guys out and move them to a vaguely safer place before we wake them up? Or do we want to try to go for the animal first? Get that out of the way.
Do you want me to try and talk to it? Is that worth it? What is the state of the other 2? Do they also look unconscious and like worse for wear? Cool.
Well, it's very difficult to. You can only see outlines, but they're not moving clearly.
Okay.
They're kind of slouched over.
don't know. I don't know what's the smartest thing to do.
I don't know. Shoot.
I mean, I also feel like if we wake up Lemur, she might be able to help us more.
So as you guys
Getting
are
her
discussing, you'll see this other creature sort of shuffle around, and it'll come toward Lemura's body and sort of look up at you guys. You can see a medium bug-like creature that has like a bronzen, scaly body.
Mm-hmm.
And it basically looks like a giant bug. And it's legitimately just kind of scuttling around, and at one point you'll see that it notices something near it that looks like kind of like a sword, and it like touches at it with its antennae, and after a few seconds you can see some spots sort of form on the sword, and then it starts to eat it.
Whoa.
Does it look hostile at all, or look like it's going to become hostile?
You can insight check.
Can I though?
Can I help you with that? Oh, you already rolled it. Never mind.
13. Would nature help?
Somebody else can make a nature check if you'd like.
Man, I would have made a nature check.
I'll
because
go
my
for a
nature's
nature check.
Fucking +6
I'll go for a nature check. Why not? Well,
as a group kills.
Okay.
Better.
Hard to tell if it would be hostile or not, but at least you would have definitely noticed that like it looked right at you guys for a second, and then just kind of kept going on its own little excursion here.
Hey Gert, do you have a piece of meat, possibly extra, that we could throw down at it and see what happens?
I mean, I was actually almost wondering if I should. I mean, this shield's pretty nice, but also I just picked it up from one of the bad guys. And I'm wondering if I should offer it my shield.
So my thought actually was I wanted to see if his like antennae can hurt like people or like you know, like organic matter. Because I'm wondering if I could talk to him and have him dissolve all the manacles.
Oh.
Huh.
Yeah, because if he can do that to a sword, and they're bronze manacles, maybe he can't do it to bronze. But like if he can do it to a sword, which is a metal, then I'm assuming that maybe he can do that to other metals, and that might like save us from having to do that. That's a hard theory.
Yeah. I also don't. Was I carrying the meat or was Taryn?
I think Taryn was,
Okay.
but yeah, I mean, it's not.
Yeah, but do we
Yeah.
as a group have a chunk of meat we could throw
Do
down
we
at
have
it
meat?
as like a test, or do we want to talk to him, or do we want to start healing people? Did we have to heal? Did you guys have to heal anyone when we were under Sacred Stone, or did he just start popping people out?
We just started getting people out.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can say you guys have some meat.
Okay.
That's been something we've been sort of hand waving. So we'll just say, yeah,
All right.
maybe not a lot, but you know, a ration's worth.
Oofed.
Or if nothing else, we can use it to grease him out again, because that was one of the best things that's ever happened.
Cool. So yeah, let's toss him some meat and see what happens.
Okay. So he's here at this point. You toss in some meat. Is there any specific place you're putting it? Like right in front of him, or on the other side of the pit, or anything specific?
Right
like
in
that?
front of him.
Okay. So it'll
Like
drop.
away from Limora.
Yeah,
But-
so maybe like in the middle of the pit, so that it's like he splits the distance between the people.
Okay. So you'll see it turn around and go to the thing it just saw and heard plop into the pit. And you'll see the antennas sort of go at it, but then it'll start scooting around again. And the meat is still there.
Awesome. That's a great sign. Because to me it means he's not going to try and attack them. Right?
Okay.
Cool. I feel happy about that. Now what do we want to do? He ate the metal.
Yeah, I'd just like to get these guys out of this pit. I'm sure Taryn would too.
Yeah.
He would probably be pretty adamant about doing that as quickly as possible.
Okay. So if this guy's like set on wanting to eat metal, I think, let's see, where am I gonna go? I'm gonna scoot up here and very carefully just try and like stick a dagger into the ground over here, just tossing it and seeing if I can get it lodged in there or at least get it distracted so it moves away from us and just provide it with a quick little snack.
Okay. That'll work. It goes over up here and like does the antenna touchy thing. And then shortly after you can see/hear it starting to consume it.
And
And then it'll actually look back up at you, Iz.
Have you not had food in a while, little buddy? I don't think you're gonna answer, but shoot. I don't know what else I can give you, my dude.
After a few seconds, you can tell it definitely doesn't understand you. But after a few seconds, it'll just kind of go back to scooting around.
okay. Let's pop Limura out.
I pick her up and like how large is Limora?
Not very. She's a average-sized woman.
Okay, because Gert's a pretty tall lady. So she's gonna kind of like do the Robin Hood hoist with her on the shoulder, grab the legs and walk out.
Okay.
I mean, is she still manacled?
Oh
She
shoot.
is. Yes.
I missed that part. I mean, Hey, you want to pick some locks real quick?
Pick my no whammies.
I mean, yeah, I need to practice.
All right, let's go. I believe in you. You already have an inspiration still. It's been less than an hour, I'm assuming.
Sick. I forget how to use the thieves' tools. Figure it out.
There's a tools button because I feel like we get.
Oh, there's a use tool. That is a dexterity thing. Proficiency. I am proficient. Well, that's a 10.
Plus a D8.
Oh, you're right.
Big money, no whammies.
Hey. 18.
All right.
Nice. Okay, so the manacles pop off, and Gert, as you hoist her up, you can tell that you can carry her, but your movement speed is going to be significantly reduced, because her weight, in addition to everything you're already carrying, makes you encumbered.
Yep. Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm just going to, honestly, I'm just going to move her, to the end of like toward the wall
Which wall?
over here.
To the south? Okay.
Yeah, to the south wall, and lay her down here so that I can heal her to wake her up.
Okay.
Let's see. Where am I going?
Aaron would also probably be right there with you.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna cast Healing Word. Woofed. Oh, is that? But that's also. Oh no, that is plus my stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I roll.
It doesn't heal much.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can tell that it successfully revitalizes her, at least like health points wise. But she remains unconscious, and occasionally like a little head twitch or like one of her hands will sort of spasm. And Taryn will actually chime in and say, "This is some kind of poison."
Kind of feels like it. Shit.
And he does
crap.
not. Gert, you would reasonably be aware of some capability of clerics at some point in their abilities to heal such things, but Taryn does not have anything that can do that.
I do actually, and it's
Oh, do you?
just a use.
You got two
It's
of them,
not
don't you?
even. It's not even a. I have lesser restoration, and it's not even a cast spell. It's just a use once a day thing.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
So
And I think additionally still have it because you're a Firelight cleric.
yeah. So I can cast it as well later. Okay, so let's play this game.
Okay, so she will open her eyes and is no longer twitching. She'll look at you guys and say, "Where am I?" Recognizes Taryn clearly.
You are under a bunch of water. That's the best we can. That's the best I can figure at this point. You're in the caves of the water cult. Does that mean anything to you?
The last thing I remember happening was being attacked in the caravan. You say cult. I think they were part of it, but it was such a massive and surprising clash. I don't know for sure.
Do you remember talking to Taryn? Because I know he sent you a message a couple weeks ago.
Players will have to remind DM about that.
It was we were underground with Renwick, and he stepped out for a second and messaged her and was like, "Hey, where are you?" And she was like, "No idea, but I can hear rushing water."
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And so we've low-key known that like since the first time we met with Renwick, when we were like splitting off to like save the people and stuff.
Right. So,
Yeah.
If I didn't, I was supposed to, and I apologize. He would have been able to tell that she was like extremely disoriented and basically barely conscious.
Sure.
So it would have been a tremendous strain, and she couple that with what she just told you now, like she probably was like barely with it in the first place to be able to respond at all.
Do you know these other two who were in the cave with you?
I can't see them.
They were at the bottom of the pit.
Is you want to help me unlock these guys?
She'll sort of
Yeah.
like clearly be gathering some thoughts for a second, and then she'll say, "No, I do remember this. I was alone."
Not to be rude, but do you know why they would have kept you alive? Kept you down here as a prisoner?
Hold, please.
Some of my questioning might be like up a level because I just started playing the Ace Attorney games, so I'm like
Yes.
in lawyer mode.
There you go.
It's so good. Objection.
Hold it.
I would like to think it's because he's getting used to all of our questioning, and now you're getting better at questioning.
You asked, might she know why they kept her alive?
Yes. Why was she a prisoner instead of a victim? Casualty might be a better word because being
Right.
held prisoner is still being a victim.
Right. Everything that you guys say, this is happening to me because I got to make sure I'm saying correct things that would actually make sense. But she is like clearly still kind of disoriented and slow to respond. She has to gather her thoughts for every question you ask her. But to that, she'll say, "I remember anyone who wasn't killed on the spot was taken away alive. But the one time that Taryn spoke to me is the only thing I can remember until now, since that day."
Why don't we see if we can wake up the other two and see if they might remember anything?
That's a good idea.
Would Gert be able to tell what kind of poison it was from the way that the folks look?
You can make a medicine check.
Okay.
DC's going to be pretty high.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm doing
Oh,
a progressive.
Can Taryn help her?
Aren't you like really
he
good at
can.
poison still?
I'm really good at medicine. So, I mean, we can cross our fingers, but
Taryn can still help.
I mean, that's
Okay.
a 19.
You can still roll it with advantage as you be brute.
Yeah, something higher than 20 would get you more information.
Okay. That's a
Oh,
24.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so piecing everything together that you've heard and seen regarding this, she's been down here unconscious, at least that's what she's telling you, with the exception of like a fleeting maybe couple of minutes for what is now weeks. Right? Because that would have been from the start of the
Yeah,
Yeah.
4 weeks and
Yeah.
like 3 days, I think.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So unless her story doesn't add up, or like isn't actually the full deal, this would have had to be a very specific poison to keep somebody unconscious but definitely alive. Even though she would have had no capability of eating anything, drinking anything. Like, basic survival has been completely surpassed, and she's been kept alive by the same poison that kept her unconscious.
Weird.
That's
okay.
powerful
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Sleeping Beauty potion.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Did you see a spinning wheel at any point?
Yeah.
Did you by chance eat any apples from like some angry people?
Did you upset someone who was just like, I want to be more powerful than you?
Well, if we can get these other two out, then we have... Okay. We can get these others out, then we have a different kind of issue.
Yeah.
Because either we are now a group of 8 trying to find our way out, or some of us walk away to get these people out. I don't know that I like that either.
Yeah.
And I definitely don't like the idea of having these poor people just wandering around trying to get themselves out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's try and get those people out of the pit.
Yeah.
Unshackle them.
Okay.
Okay. I think I might have made a mistake. Did I
Okay.
tell you guys that these other two were also making involuntary movements?
No, just that they were unconscious.
Okay. These two are not making any involuntary movements. They're not twitching.
Oh. So do they look alive?
You'd
Are
have
they
to like
making dead?
get them to be able to tell.
I mean, I'll at least get closer to them and we can at least try and unlock them.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing that?
They're-
in the bottom of a 10-foot pit.
Oh, they're in the bottom. I thought they were like also kind of all right.
Yeah, they're hunched on the north side here, but at the bottom. Like Muro was at least like within reach on this shallow ledge.
Yeah.
Balayan!
I want to talk to the bug.
Okay.
Talk at the bug. So I'm gonna use my universal speech for the
cool.
day.
What is this?
So I have this. It's this thing that I've had for a while. It's called universal speech, but it's the like I can talk to animals, but they can't respond, but they understand what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
We used it a couple times. We used it to talk to the Clippy angry bug, whose name I don't remember. And I want to say I've talked to the hippogriffs a couple times. Out of
Gotcha.
fear.
Yes, I am recalling this now.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go over by our friend and be like, "Hello, bug."
It's gonna like whip its head around and look at you in kind of a surprise.
Hi. We're not here to harm you. We're just kind of hanging out. But there's those 2 people down there by you, and we would like to get them out of there. If that's okay. They don't look like they're very healthy or very happy. And we just want them to be safe. I don't know, can you know what I'm saying? If you can say yes, can you like move your antennas in one way? And if you say no, can you like move them in a different way?
It's gonna kind of stare at you for a couple more seconds, and then you will see its antennas like twitch a little bit, and its mandibles are sort of open and shut.
Cool.
And then it will actually go up to one of the people and start to like shove its head underneath them.
And I'm going to say, hey, I saw that you like to eat certain things. Can you eat like the things around their wrists? Can you eat those? Can you go, can you do that?
It'll pause for a second, like back up, pull its head back out from underneath this person, and you'll see him touch his antennas to the manacles. But then this time he actually waits a little longer, and you'll see after it's going to take about a minute. Is there anything that you'd be doing during? How long can you do this?
An hour.
Okay, so it's going to take about a minute before anything else happens. Is anybody else doing anything at this time?
I'm chilling over there with Whirl, like watching this intently.
Okay.
Like, I didn't know you could talk to bugs. That's real cool.
Whirl, you'll see the manacles eventually fall off, and then he'll eat it. And then kind of nudge the other person over so that the hands behind the back and the manacles are exposed, and then do the same thing.
Amazing. Do I have any just metal stuff I can throw him as a thank you?
I got a pot.
I'll be like, I know, right? I'll yell over to the room and I'll like, hey guys, they're free. We just need to yank them out. I'll talk to him a little bit while he's like mandibling and stuff, and I'll say, do you like being down here?
I don't know if there's like a nonverbal way you can actually respond to that.
I'm trying to figure out like if I guess what I'm going to be getting at is like, is he here because he just happens to live in caves, or is he like placed here and now this is his doomed fate? It's like kind of where my like line of questioning is shooting towards that. I just don't know a smarter way to say it.
Did I already have you guys make a nature check to like glean information about this thing? Okay.
Did we? Oh yeah, we did.
And I think the highest was like a 14.
Oh yeah, that was the like insight about whether or not he was going to eat.
Yeah.
Whether he seemed hostile.
Right. I'll just add to that description of that 14. I know that was a little bit more specific what you were looking for, but without any sort of like animal experts on the team, so to speak, it's kind of hard to tell from that Whirl. But at the very least, as much as you can from like this is a giant bug thing, it doesn't seem uncomfortable, at least.
Okay.
It's just been sort of meandering down here, gobbling up metal stuff.
See, the metal thing is like fascinating, and I'm interested. Do you have any? Are there more of you down here?
It'll sort of twitch its antenna, and then just keep going with the shuffling.
Cool. Can he? Once he finishes the eating, can I ask him again to like help shove the people up so that we can grab them back out?
Yeah. So it's clearly a struggle and takes some time.
Okay.
But he is able to do that. At least to a point of like getting them to the more shallow ledge.
Awesome.
And then he kind of stops there. So this takes a couple minutes. But he does do that.
Cool. So I'll start like kind of pulling them out back over by our cleric Hardy in the corner.
So I'm just gonna say this, and we may need to retcon next time around. While all of this is happening, I am assuming Taryn is having a heart-to-heart with Lemora.
I'm going to talk about that with Taryn offline. And depending on what you guys try to do by the end of the session today, like whether you're still with her or not and whatever that ends up being, I'm going to give him an opportunity to have had a conversation with her.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving
Good.
this just to you guys for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tight.
I just keep thinking like this is kind of important.
Yeah, I feel, yeah,
I'm
agree.
being intentionally very careful and not inclusive of him for that. And but trust me when I say, if this would have been so monumental that he really should be here, then I wouldn't have done it at all.
Okay.
So
Cool,
we'll
cool.
be good there.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep talking to this bug then. I part of it wants to just toss things to him and see if he'll eat them, but I don't think he wants any of the stuff I have.
So we have these people on the short ledge, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so they're like closer to you.
So it'd
Are
be easy
they
enough to pull them up.
2 questions.
Okay.
Are they still not moving?
Yes.
And are they cold and or stinky?
They did.
Medicine check.
Okay.
I know you asked a very simple question, but
No, I
medicine
get that.
check.
I don't
That's
think I can
21.
help, but I will help you.
That's a
Oh, you're
21.
good.
Okay.
You don't need my help.
And everybody, what is your passive perception?
12.
Mine is
Also
a 12.
12 times 3.
Taryn's at 19. I
Yeah.
forgot how good Taryn's passives
Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
The best.
Okay.
It's the best feat.
Does he have an observant or something?
Yes.
Oh, he did. That's
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
that's
why.
it.
He did the
That's
observant
very
feat.
good.
Okay. So easy enough for you to tell Gert they're definitely dead.
Oh.
And Taryn points out they're wearing the same robes as some of the people at Scarlet Moon Hall.
Oh.
Oh shit.
The people
Did they
who
look
attacked
like-
you.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, okay, cool. Because I was like, there were a lot of people there. That's a fascinating amount of information.
Scarlet Moon was fire, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the Zobra incident.
Bunch of shit's coming together.
I know.
I love it.
I mean, that's fascinating. I have not written any of this down. I need to rewatch this episode
Yeah.
in 2 weeks to figure out what's going on. I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep talking to this bug just because I feel like he needs to talk to somebody.
Okay.
I'll just tell him about things. I'll be like, oh yeah, I have a dad. I don't really know what he looks like. Apparently he's made out of water. So like, if you see a giant water guy, you should let me know. We've been down here for a while. Just fully rambling because I don't know what else to say to this bug.
Okay.
Juice, you gotta stop giving us pets.
Dude, you should see my other campaign. They got a little dragon and a baby Groot.
Oh man.
Don't think I didn't think about it.
Yep.
Because it would be very nice to
Have a bug that eats metal.
yeah.
Yeah. That's so expensive. I keep thinking like, oh, I have some metal to give him. No, it's all like the only thing I have is like gold, and I'm like, I'm too stingy for that. Sorry, bro.
Again,
I got this.
I've got this shield that I've been hanging on to, but also it's making my AC 15, which is hard to give up.
Fair.
Don't you already have another shield anyway, though?
I mean, I don't know.
I think you had a shield and then you found a shield, but I believe the found
Yes.
shield is like a turtle shell.
Yeah.
Here's a stupid question. Do we feed it drown?
I'm
Holy
surprised it took you
shit.
all that long to think
No.
about it. It was the first thing I thought of.
It was actually the first thing that I had thought of too, and what I was nervous about is that it would
Would it tune
absorb
to it?
something.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I wonder if we break
Yeah.
it first and then give it to him.
can we
Try
break
and
it?
make it inert. I don't know. Is that thing made of metal?
Yeah, I don't know.
It looks like metal on the picture.
I know it's metal because I heated it up before, so it has to be metal because
That's right.
I was gonna say, can heat metal melt metal?
Oh, I've not tried it, but I don't think so. I think it just burns the person.
Yeah, you
Okay.
would know that it can't do that.
Yeah. Too bad because melt metal would be sick as hell. And is that even a thought we want to have, or do I just keep talking to this guy and then we leave and keep wandering somewhere?
I mean, if I would rather it be destroyed.
Now you would.
Well, now that I know that it possibly could be,
Oh, fair.
right? Because like Gert's thinking was that it would be safest in our hands than anybody else's, but it would also be safest to not be a thing at all.
That's true.
True.
And considering we know what it does,
Yeah.
and getting rid of something that can make those orbs, one of the 4 things that can make that shit, that would be a good way to go. If it can do it. Because again, there's another part of me that's like, will it absorb the power and then just be the thing that makes the orbs?
Cal, when you had your vision about, like, when you first saw all of the weapons, did it look as though the weapons were being used? I guess what I'm worried about is if we destroy it, is there may be a chance that we then cannot defeat whatever other things that come to us because we now don't have this weapon. I'm wondering if there's anything in your brain that might tell us that.
I mean, somewhat logically, if we're able to destroy this one, then it kind of makes sense that we don't need something special to destroy anything else. I feel as though that I feel like the weapon is better intact and in safekeeping for the time being. But whether there's a need for it for everything else, I don't believe so.
Okay. Then I'm going to talk to this bug and be like, hey, how did you get in here? Is there a path that you took to get in here? I want to see if we can get him to lead us out. Or in a direction that isn't here.
It is going to look a direction. I just need to make sure I get the right one. Where is that? It's going to sort of look this direction and chitter a little bit, and then go back to meandering around the pit.
Okay. I mean, I got no other ideas right now. Yeah.
Should we take a quick break?
Sure.
Yes.
I think it's a good opportunity to do that, and then if
Yeah.
you guys think of anything else in a few minutes, then we can cover that. So we'll be right back. We're just going to take a short bathroom and water refill sort of break.
Okay.